in Salford, Media City, whilst in London we've got Gideon Co. Hello, mate.
Hello, Mark. Good evening. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks, pal. Yeah,
Good.
It was one of those weekends, all things told. But you know, we trundle on, don't we? And so, I know we had the exchange over the weekend when the terrible news came about Mimi, and do you know, I was thinking about it, and it's a strange old thing because You've experienced the same thing on Six Music, I know, and other places as well, other networks and stations. But when you have bands playing live and you do it on a quite regular basis, they end up becoming your mates, acquaintances at the very least, and whereas John Peel would just get delivered tapes from time to time, you know, people would go in Maida Vale with the producers, they'd record a session, and then the tapes would be given to John. And invariably, he would never ever meet the bands. But we're on a different plane on there in that respect, aren't we?
Exactly. So I know that I've seen the setup, not in the flesh as it were, but I know the setup you have there and you've had there as well, where they've been right in front of your desk, as it were. And yeah, I remember it was interesting. I was thinking about that. They were quite early adopters when it came to doing Six Music sessions, Lo. And I was just looking up the dates of it because I remember a time they sat in what was called the Hub when we were over in Broadcasting House.
It was a kitchen.
It was a kitchen.
Yeah. Okay.
And one afternoon they sat there with a producer, and I was sort of flitting in and out as well. And they just went through. They said, "Should we do a couple of?" Because it was like October. Do you want us to do a couple of Christmas songs? So I said, "Yeah, all right then." And they said, "Well, what else do you want to do?" Well, they rattled off about half a dozen songs beautifully. They said, "Oh, we'll do When I Go Deaf next," and they just played that as well. And it's all thankfully still there. And I must revisit that at some point. But yes, and then having them. It's one of those moments, you know, having loved their records, and there they are in session in the studio with you sitting there enjoying it. It's quite something.
It's a real honour, isn't it? But the other side of the coin is that you do get to know and love these people.
Sure.
And then when you get something to deal with like that, God, you can only imagine what Alan and his family are going through, and I know there's a lot of it about at the moment. It's just been a tough time, but we're playing the Low session tonight from 2013. I believe you've got a Low session as well, is that right, mate?
I'm revisiting sort of 3 tunes tonight, 2 of them from one session and 1 from another, and it's just something listening through those as well. And obviously you go back to, when you get terrible news like this, you go back to a group and you listen to the music again, and there's all sorts of things going on there, and there's more than just 2 musicians involved, I know, but there's something very special when 2 musicians, Alan and Mimi, work so well and also harmonise so well together. It's extraordinary to get that happening at all, and we were so lucky to have had them making records in our lifetime. It's been extraordinary.
I'd agree with all that, mate. And beautiful people, and we're going to play 2 tunes back to back now from that session. And you enjoy your show, mate, and we'll catch up again tomorrow night.
Nice one. Cheers, Mark. Bye bye.
Cheers, Gid. Okay, that is the Guvnor, Gideon Co, and he's on at 9 o'clock.